Tokyo, northeastern Japan volunteers hold an online meeting to mark the 10th year of the Tohoku earthquake. City volunteers carry out home improvement project for seniors in New Taipei City. Welcome to Dai Headlines. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. In 2011, the Tohoku earthquake struck northeastern Japan. Back then, global Tzu Chi volunteers raised funds and delivered help and financial aid to northeastern Japan. For the past 10 years, many local residents have started volunteering with Tzu Chi. As the Tohoku earthquake marked its 10th year, northwestern volunteers handmade 500 bamboo coin banks, hoping to recruit more living bodhisattvas. More than 3,000 days have passed since the 2011 Tohoku earthquake struck Japan. However, for the residents of northeastern Japan, their memories are still vivid.
For the past years, residents have been taken care of and their lives have stabilized. I feel very happy.
Under the pandemic, Tokyo northeastern Japan volunteers held an online meeting to mark the 10th year of Tohoku earthquake. The deputy mayor of Higashima, Tsushima, has joined in to express his appreciation. Tzu Chi Japan chapter CEO also encourages volunteers to continue walking the bodhisattva path.
During the past 10 years, I've really felt Tzu Chi volunteers' great love. I believe this affinity will continue.
The Tohoku earthquake has made everyone face a turning point in life. Fortunately, we have good affinities and we are able to help people in need. From the disasters, we realized truths and grew.
To remind everyone of the Tohoku earthquake, northeastern volunteers handmade 500 recyclable coin banks. They hope people will save up to help the needy and inspire people's love.
When we were desperate for help, we received Tzu Chi volunteers' assistance. So, I now save up in a coin bank. The money can be given to the needy. Thank you. This is our love.
Originally, I have been saving up coin banks. Later, I thought I should promote this act. So, since last September, I have been telling my friends and relatives in Chunma Prefecture to save up in coin banks and make donations. I am very happy because every day I come up with a kind thought.
10 years after the devastating earthquake disaster, Tzu Chi volunteers have recruited living bodhisattvas. 500 bamboo coin banks means that 500 people will carry out good deeds to spread love. In China, there's a group of children called disadvantaged children. They grew up in single-parent families, but are unable to receive parental care. Because they are not orphans, they cannot receive government subsidies. Therefore, Wuhan Tzu Chi volunteers come to Hubei to visit such families.
Before dawn, more than 50 Tzu Chi volunteers set off from Wuhan to Hebei, Huamei County. Volunteers spent more than 2 hours driving to meet with local charities and then took multiple routes to caring for families with the children in need. However, some of them are located in mountainous area and the volunteers can only go there on foot. One of the recipients, Huang Lele, he lived with his grandparents after his parents left home. His grandpa had a car accident, causing his health deteriorated. This family can only rely on grandma to work. The absence of the parents by his side makes him quite in fear.
So don't say that I didn't see my mom and dad. When people ask, you just say that I have a lot of moms and dads. They're busy everywhere, but they always keep in touch with me, blessing me, and caring about me, okay? Good luck.
The volunteers visit not only care about their children's condition, but also brought support to those caring for the children. Volunteers visit 141 families in need, listen to their suffering, and will continue to help them in the future.
In the Philippines, we take a look at the stories of two young ladies who suffer from scoliosis. Both of them received treatment in Taiwan and are now living new lives.
I'm very grateful to all the members of Tzu Chi Foundation, to the doctors and nurses who helped me. Thank you very, very much. Ganun.
Putting on the Tzu Chi uniform, 25-year-old Regine looks much younger and energetic than her actual age. However, 4 years ago, she's still suffering from severe scoliosis. After the successful surgery, Regine has fulfilled many of her childhood dreams in the last 4 years. Now, she even puts on the volunteer uniform, spreading the love to more people in need.
Tzu Chi Foundation is a big part of my life because a lot has changed in me. But the help doesn't end there because they also gave me the opportunity to study again in college, and I also became a volunteer with them.
加油, 加油, 加油. Another person who traveled to Taiwan to receive treatment is Trisha. With the successful case of Regine, Trisha underwent the same surgery on November 2018. Now, she's able to lift her head up and stand up straight, and is no longer afraid of being laughed by others.
Before the surgery, I felt like life is hopeless. But after the surgery, I'm the same as others. I'm able to do the things I want, like pursuing my education. On the other hand, I can also help with my family's finance.
Trisha now returns to school to study in the 11th grade. Besides helping out with house chores, she'll also help with her parents' business during her spare time.
I'm very grateful towards the Master and also to the Foundation. Thank you to all the people who have helped me during this period, and thank you for all the blessings.
While helping out with her family's business, Trisha also donates coins into the Bamboo Coin Bank, hoping that this act of love and kindness is able to help others who are also in need.
100 years ago, Youth Day was dedicated to young people changing a nation's fate. Now on Youth Day, a group of youth gather for the purpose of saving animal lives. Follow our report as we learn about how this group of young people promotes vegetarianism.
Because in 2020, the pandemic worsened, which caused great damages to our society. Master Zhen Yan called upon the youth to use our own ways, spreading positive energy to others through technology. Both senior student Wen Ting and Pei San discussed about EAT broadcasting via phone on the night of the announcement.
Say hi.
We are all amateur actors, and we don't really understand broadcasting or talking to our audience. Furthermore, we don't have professional recording devices, and since we normally broadcast in noisy environments, we need to speak really loudly. Many people we worked with are shy, so sometimes we feel embarrassed and show funny faces. Senior student Wen Ting once said, "We use our faces to save animal lives."
I thought if we were going to do this, we should be doing it actively. Because we have a better life than animals living in cages. Therefore, we must come out and become a voice for the animals.
Everyone has different professions, from copywriting, photo editing, to broadcasting, and of course running the social media accounts, also organize events. At first we thought of stopping, but because our goal is clear, which is to promote vegetarianism, we insisted on continuing. The highest view count we had was about 30,000 views. Our team has a very big age gap, from 6 to 60 years old. Our members are from 16 different countries. Furthermore, our videos outreach to 52 countries. This all started from our goodwill to spread vegetarianism.
We are on social media platforms, therefore we should follow our promotions as well. I started to eat vegetarian food and persisted ever since. After going vegetarian for a while, my body feels light and also my allergies got better. I think vegetarianism is very important, therefore I want more people to know about it. It's a very healthy practice.
This time, our event seeks to find vegetarian people who can bring their non-vegetarian friend. And through the event, we hope to elevate the vegetarian awareness amongst our audience.
在我的认知里面，素食可能大众人的想法里面可能。
According to my understanding, vegetarianism appears to most people as simple without much variety, but nowadays vegetarianism produces a plethora of cuisines. I think it's great and I encourage everyone to eat more vegetarian meals.
Although I am afraid of going in front of a camera, but with my friends, I am willing to do so. My meat-eating friends are willing to go vegetarian for a week, even a month, or a lifetime. I encourage everyone to do at least 30 days, whether it's vegetarian or vegan. From last year to this year, 205 people joined in on the challenge. What really moved me is that this challenge started to spread, like how a person can affect their friends and family.
The act of promoting vegetarianism will affect the environment and animals. Every meal we eat determines the person we are and the future we uphold. Therefore, I think that the change isn't defined by a person doing a lot of good things, but multiple people gathering to do good deeds.
In New Taipei City, volunteers conduct home visits when Tima doctors provide house calls. Besides caring for the seniors, volunteers also help install handrails to create a safer living environment.
We are from Shuangxi District, and when we meet up, it's like we're family. I like her a lot and she likes me too. Also, she's the same age as I am, so there's a special friendship between us.
City volunteers have always formed good affinities and spread love and care, and through house calls they notice the needs of the seniors.
I have a lot of walking sticks. Sister Lian also got a few from other people. I myself have too. And the neighbors have also brought a lot of walking sticks for me. I don't place them in one place. If I forget, at least there are walking sticks in different corners in my house.
As the senior is trying her best to prevent her from falling, the infrastructure still needs to be improved. City volunteers from Keelung have stepped in to assist.
When we were interacting with her during the house calls, we noticed that the senior was really worried about her safety at home. She was afraid she might fall.
Besides the toilet bowl, 2 handrails are also installed according to the senior's height. As for Dama families, volunteers have also made inspection for Zhang Jingcai's home.
I'm so happy. With the additional infrastructures, there's definitely a difference. With the handrails, it's definitely much safer.
In Hualien, volunteers from Honduras had a meeting with the master at the Jingsi abode. Despite the pandemic, volunteers still went to Nicaragua to promote vegetarianism.
Looking back at 2020 in Central America, besides the outrage of the pandemic, Honduras and the Dominican Republic both suffered devastating tropical cyclones, causing severe damage.
Houses collapsed and landslides occurred. There were many houses which were either half submerged or fully submerged by the soil. This really left a deep impression in my heart. And it also made me realize what the master said by we do not have enough time anymore.
Tzu Chi volunteers headed into San Jose village and enacted a long-term restoration plan. 65% of the local villagers also responded to the call in cleaning and restoring their homes with their own efforts. The master has also recognized volunteers' mindfulness, encouraging more people to give back to society.
穷人去帮穷人啊，更是造福。他们感受到自己的苦，最恳切的、最恳切的去体会，所以由他们亲手去布施。你很有智慧，用智慧来教导，造福人间。这也就是悲智相应。
Whenever an activity is held in the community, volunteers always encourage the locals to reduce the use of plastic utensils and also promote vegetarianism, which received great responses. Local volunteer Nora has been a vegetarian for a year now. She has reduced 9 kilograms and feels refreshing as ever. She has also vowed to promote the ideal of vegetarianism.
Es muy excelente para salir adelante.
What she meant by being vegetarian is to be like her, going for the long-term basis. She also vows to participate 100 activities to promote the benefits of being a vegetarian to more people.
The master recognizes volunteers' efforts as it is not easy to change people's eating habits. In a place where there are not many Chinese, and being able to see the love and care from Taiwan, it is truly amazing as the cycle of love is sure to continue locally.
In celebration of Tzu Chi Foundation's 55th anniversary, Tzu Chi volunteers in the United States are preparing to present the life of the Buddha.
To present the life of Buddha in celebration of Tzu Chi's 55th anniversary, Tzu Chi volunteers in all 9 regions across the United States are busy with preparations, practicing for the performance, and the stage has been constructed in Tzu Chi USA headquarters and ready for rehearsals. The day after the stage was constructed, 40 volunteers gathered together to tell the story of Buddha before learning a sign language.
We're not only presenting through sign language, we're also leading others to know the story of the Buddha, to understand the meaning of the words, hoping that we can all cultivate the Dharma in our minds and share the meaning through our performance.
Some volunteers made a 2-hour journey from San Diego and were deeply moved after learning the meanings in the sutra.
This is a new experience for us, but after learning the meanings and practicing, we realize that the cycle of life and death is a beautiful and remarkable thing.
Some of the words are seldom used in sign language, such as to convey the depth of emotion the Buddha experiences when he first learned about the cycle of life and death.
75-year-old Hua Wanzhen reflects on real life through rehearsals on the stage.
I play a senior person in the performance, deeply experiencing the situation of a senior person having back pains and not being able to walk around anymore is a stark reminder to myself.
As Tzu Chi volunteers perform the cycle of life and death, they also gain deeper understanding of the laws of nature, reminding people to always reflect on ourselves and cherish each moment.
Taiwan's long-term care 2.0 policy has been active for many years. In the past, many elderly people have become dependent upon foreign care workers. Unfortunately, the pandemic has made it difficult to import workers. Here's our report.
Mr. Chen, in his 50s, takes turns with his wife caring for his old father stricken with cancer. The first floor of this house was transformed into a hospital ward, but this couple needs to work in the day and have trouble looking after him in the daytime.
Because of long-term care, we feel more at ease during the day. At least when we are at work, someone comes to take care of the grandpa in the middle of the day, so it's better now.
Mr. Chen also installed a video monitoring system and still has to take care of his father at night.
I can hear all of my father's footsteps, but if I hear the sound of fall, I will rush down as this puts a lot of pressure on me and it is very difficult to fall asleep. There's nothing I can do.
Exhausted physically and mentally, Mr. Chen decided to hire a foreign caregiver through an agency. Unfortunately, after the foreign workers left quarantine, they disappeared.
The agent told me that I can't apply again. I asked if they could arrange another one and to please help me because the quarantine in the hotel takes a long time. The agent immediately told me that no, you are not qualified now. You have to do the process again in 3 months. It seems that they are kicking us after we are on the ground.
Can't bear to wait indefinitely, but why not apply for a Taiwanese caregiver?
The cost of the Taiwanese caregivers is too high and we can't afford it, which means that all of our income is given to a Taiwanese caregiver.
After a review, Mr. Chen continued to apply for long-term care 2.0 home services, but the service items could not meet his needs.
Now the long-term care 2.0 is very rigid. They check all items such as taking a bath every day and then accompany them for a walk. They have to do this to complete their work. It is different from before, which had more compromises and could be changed. As changes now, there is a time interval to do these things.
Long-term care 1.0 is very different from 2.0. Long-term 1.0 uses time to calculate how much help a person can access in a month. 1.0 is maybe about 2 hours to 3 hours a day, but actually these services can make up the full 3 hours. The reason is because 2.0 actually uses service items to arrange the use of time. We will advise family members to self-finance this part of home service.
Long-term care 2.0 takes on the concept of a helper which may not be suitable for every family. A report by the Control Yuan of the Supervision Institute in June 2020 pointed out that the coverage rate of long-term care services in Taiwan is only 47.26%. Therefore, more than half of the people cannot obtain help through such channels or cannot afford them. For this reason, many apply for foreign care workers. However, hiring foreign laborers must also bear risks.
Case 27 was confirmed as a caregiver in this family.
Case 32 was an illegal Indonesian care worker who was diagnosed with COVID, which was potentially due to a loophole in illegal migration. According to statistics from the Immigration Bureau, there are about 48,000 foreign workers who have escaped their contracts and can't be contacted in Taiwan. Many speculate that these workers leave due to low wages, with both employers and intermediaries subject to punishment.
After a new foreign worker arrived, and if they ran away from the agency in less than 3 months, the agency would be deducted. Now, because of the pandemic, our foreign workers from abroad are greatly reduced and we can be fined $2,000 because you exceed the rate, which is very unfair to the agency.
The money for plane tickets sent back to their country by the fleeing foreign workers is paid by the employment stability fee paid by the people of Taiwan. This is our expenditure, which includes food and accommodation here. These fees are all absorbed by the Taiwan government. So I think the Taiwan government has been really good for these foreign workers.
If one really wants to solve the problem of family care, you must think carefully about related issues. Moreover, because there are no laws and regulations regarding elder care, with the Long-Term Care Act also regulating how foreign caregivers should take care of the elders in the family, whether they can meet the expectations of family members.
In Hualien, there are 555 shops that display bamboo coin banks and Tzu Chi monthly magazines. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.